Hey, everyone. I'm just going to be here for a few minutes because I see people follow me when I say dreams and visions, but when I sell, people don't follow me. So let's see. Let me just tag a few people. Whoever comes in, just say hi. I'm just going to share a vision I had in August 8. For 1 minute. Hi. Anybody who comes in, just say hi, okay? Say hi, whoever comes in. I'm just going to share a vision I had August 8. And I kind of like compared it to a friend of mine that I have that I've been trying to help for a long time now, since May. But God, again, revealed to me exactly what the dream meant. And then I had another dream a few days ago that there was going to be an attack into the United States. I shared it with a friend. And I just wanted to just say my vision. Let me just put this in my favorite. Just give me 1 minute. But I think it's important in how I analyze my dream with a friend that I have. But I was able to determine, coming out to the conclusion, what the dream really meant. I don't know if you can see me live. I'm having an issue on my end. So whoever is in, just tell me that you can see me clearly. Wow. I don't have my Wi-Fi on. Come on, Wi-Fi. Just whoever came in, just tell me that you can see me before I start. Let me share this. I am gonna share my vision for 1 minute. It's not letting me share it. Crap, hold on. It says the video was paused. Are you seeing it? Is my video paused? Let me know if my video is paused. What's going on with the internet here? Okay, let me know if you can see it. Let me see. I can't see it. Okay, I can see it. Let me put it in my story. Let me put on my glasses. Oh, no, I can't use my glasses for this. Yo necesito los otros espejuelos, Grisela, los espejuelos de leer nada más. I'm going to share it for a minute. Let me show it. It's going to be in my other page. Storm Rochelle. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Everybody who comes in, say hello. I'm going to share a vision that I had in the month of August 8th of this year. And then I had a vision a week ago, right? And I'm seeing it come to pass. I'm seeing how everything is coming in order. And I'm going to share it. I'm going to start. If you watch my replay, watch the replay. In the month of August 8, in the middle of the morning, I had a weird vision. I don't know if you guys know, but even though I don't do the pastor work, okay, even though I need surgery in my eye. In 2 weeks, I was supposed to get it done today, but I didn't do it. For the past two, like August 8th, at the beginning of the month, I had a dream, which I related to a friend of mine because I've been working with a friend since the month of May. Grisela, estoy buscando los espejuelos amarillos. I've been working with a friend in the month of May, and I'm going to relate my vision because I realized that the vision means something, and I understand why I am the messenger for this in particular vision that I'm about to share. In the month of August 8, I had a vision, and I saw an eagle. Okay, an eagle, you know that the United States represents the eagle. Los Estados Unidos representa el águila. It represents the eagle. But in those eagle eyes, I saw my friend's eyes, because my friend, you know, according to the friend that I've been helping, he doesn't want to change his ways, right? So what God did was, God showed me my friend's eyes, you know, in a resemblance to, I'm trying to do my work. I try to help as much people as I can, but there is a time frame that I have to let go and let God do. So in my vision, the August 8th, in the middle of the time frame from 3 in the morning to 5, right? God showed me this particular vision. Okay, the eagle was wounded. Okay, the eagle was wounded, and he was about to fall into the mountains. And what happened is that I saw him flying in the air, but I saw the eagle wounded. We all know that the United States represents the eagle. We're gonna talk a bit about the eagle and how the eagle can become a predator. Okay, eagle can become a predator. Okay, the eagle is a predator. They actually are survivors. They fight, you know, to get what they want. Eagles are predators. They eat all the other animals. They attack anything. That's who the eagle is, the bald eagle or an eagle. So in my vision, I looked at the eagle's eyes, and the eagle technically was injured or wounded. I saw this August 8, 2021. My vision was from 3 o'clock in the morning to 6 a.m. My highest peak is 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So basically, if you are listening to my message, okay, I'm going to keep sharing what I saw. And the eagle was wounded. And as the eagle was falling, or he was in the sky, he was wounded. I noticed that I was next to the supreme being that took me there. And I was flying next to the supreme being. I was maybe like this much. The eagle was here, and I was like right there. And as I am looking at the eagle's eyes is looking at me with like a predator look. Oh gosh, se me cayó el cargador. I think I've paused. And basically the eagle was injured. And the eagle was getting ready to fall. The eagle was getting ready to fall down. And the eagle's wings and stuff were real bad injured, and they're about to land. It was about to land, right? But he couldn't land because his wings were wounded. So when God showed me that I was the person flying next to the eagle, I said to God, why would I want to save the eagle if the eagle doesn't want to be saved? Okay. We all know that the United States represents the eagle, right? The eagle can be sometimes a predator, right? And attack anyone without anyone starting the attack, okay? So what happens? God reveals to me that the eagle needed to be protected, okay? And I was telling God, how am I going to be the messenger? How am I going to protect this eagle if this eagle does not want to change his ways? Okay, we all know what's happening today in the United States, and I am sharing this because August 8th, I literally saw the eagle wounded. Okay, and the eagle, in reality, looked at me into my eyes, and I saw that the eagle was crying, and that the eagle was about to crash. And if I didn't save the eagle was going to perish. Okay? As God showed me a friend of mine who I've been trying to help since the month of May, that God put in my path, you know, I saw the same eyes of him, of the eagle. So I told God, how can I save this eagle if this eagle doesn't want to be saved? what God let me understand and said to me was that I was the messenger, I was the chosen one, and that he loved me. But I needed to protect that ego. I needed to save the ego. Okay? In the spiritual world, in the spiritual term, the ego represents the United States, and the United States is going to be wounded. Okay? That's the interpretation of the dream. It has two interpretations, but as I was praying and meditating, the Lord showed me the ego is going to be wounded, and the ego is about to fall. The ego is about to crash. He was about to crash into the mountains. But there's going to be a chosen one who's going to restore the United States. Okay, it's not going to be this president now, because you know what? It's like God gave the church the warning. God gave the people the warning. Okay, there's going to be a nay, nay, nay. Okay, nay, nay, nay. The darkness is at nigh, meaning it's getting close. Okay, God's been giving warnings for the past year or two before anything happened. Okay, we, the people, chose incorrectly. A lot of people are going to say, nay, 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 where is President Trump? They will say that. Okay? But just remember, okay? In this, the ego, hi mama, the ego in my vision, okay? The ego was falling. Okay, the eagle was falling. It was wounded. I saw the wound. He was flying like all over the place. Okay, remember, the eagle represents America. America right now is wounded. It's all over the place. Okay, and God is going to let America be a bit wounded. Okay, because in my vision, I remember when God said to me, you are the chosen, you are the messenger. You have to go and save the eagle. And I said, I can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. The United States, God has been giving the United States warning through warnings, okay? God has been giving the United States warnings, okay? Whoever you choose, it's just like in the Bible in the old times. You remember King Saul? King Saul was chosen by the people. King Saul was not chosen by God, okay? So what happens? He had a tragic death. We see King Absalom, David's son. Okay? We see that he went and he took over his father's kingdom. What happened? King David let him reign. King David let him go and reign. But what does the Bible say? That destruction came according to those people. And not only that, destruction came. Okay? And basically, at the end, God gave Israel the victory. Okay? God gave Israel the victory because King David came back. What's happening today? The eagle has just been wounded. Okay? The eagle has just been wounded, and they're going to keep being wounded. Okay? But now it's up to God to protect the eagle, okay, which is the United States, okay? This eagle, for so long, right now, for 4.5 years, the eagle was protected, okay? The eagle had a shield. The eagle was protected by God himself, okay? So, when the dark forces take about, okay, the following leader, the predator who's going to come, he's going to try to attack something that you're not supposed to attack, and therefore you're going to be wounded. What happens is the United States is going to be completely wounded, okay? And when the United States realize that God chose may not be the perfect leader, who could have been, to a lot of people, a businessman, whoever it was, but unfortunately, God chose that person. Okay, what happens is the eagle is wounded. Right now, the United States is wounded, and the United States is going to be greater wounded. Okay, it's going to be wounded. Okay, darkness, it's actually coming to the United States. And darkness is already approaching, okay, to the extreme. Okay, I'm just sharing a vision. Okay, the eagle is going to be saved. Okay, but in this process, in my vision, the eagle was really wounded. Okay, really wounded. His eyes were like, he made a mistake in who he attacked. The predator, he became a predator. He attacked the wrong person and he became wounded. So, in a way, the eagle is falling into the mountains. He's all his shields and everything he had, he was wounded. The wings were wounded. The United States wing was wounded. The predator, the eagle, he went to be a predator somewhere where he was not supposed to be the predator. Okay? So therefore the wings are wounded. Okay? But God is going to restore it again. But there's only going to be one person to do that. And it's the person that God chose. Okay? Us, the people, made a mistake. And the Lord's been saying that the United States will fall. Because we, the people, have chosen darkness. Okay? For so many centuries. And it is up to us, if we are Bible scholars and we read the Bible, our job is not to allow the happenings of the Bible come to re-insistence again. But our job is to change the history of history. Okay? When God showed me the vision August 8th, 2021, in the peak hours of 3 in the morning to 6 a.m., God showed me the eagle being wounded and the eagle falling down. Okay? I'm seeing that come to pass. It is sad that these soldiers died. Okay? Why? Because the predator, the person in charge right now, because he's gonna blame the previous president, but the previous president was trying to keep something called a peace treaty, an agreement not to attack the United States. Okay, so the new president was supposed to come out to the agreement with the same peace treaty to stop what is happening. I keep saying dark days are already upon the United States. Dark days is already upon New York City. I had another vision the other day that there were 2 attacks coming. New York City and Washington, D.C. Okay? God is not a God of lie, but a God of justice. Okay? Bad days are coming. Okay? The new pandemic is coming. The Delta variant. They're going to blame non-vaxxers, but it's going to be vaccinated people who are causing this Delta variant. Okay? Okay, so I don't really want to talk much because Facebook be filtering me. But the eagle was wounded. Okay, and the United States is going to be wounded because we chose incorrectly. And a lot of people be like, no, we didn't. There's going to be, the Lord showed me in the month of January that the people were going to say, nay, 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 where is President Trump? Nay, 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 where is President Trump? People are going to start saying, nay, 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 where is President Trump? Because he kept the peace treaty. This government, this country did not have wars for 4.5 years. Okay? Now, darkness is coming upon us. The eagle is wounded. We are going to be wounded. Okay? Wounded. The eagle was crying. The eagle didn't always make it to landing. I remember God told me, grab the eagle and take it to a safe place. I took the eagle and I put it in a safe place, but I told God, the eagle does not need to be safe because the eagle is not doing things correctly. That's what I said. Okay? People are going to say, nay, 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 where is the old president? And guess what? God is going to have mercy upon us. He's not a perfect man. I'm not trying to defend him or anything. He's not a perfect man. Okay? He's not. He's all over the place. But sometimes we choose the greater evil more than anything. The eagle is wounded. That's what God showed me August 8th. The eagle will be wounded. And guess what? This is the beginning of the eagle being wounded. New York City will fall. And New York City's stock exchange and the market exchange, it's about to be going down. It's going to go down. It's going to be the greatest depression ever in 100 and maybe about 100 or 200 years. Everything is going to be rising up, and there's not going to be enough money for people to survive. That will come to pass. Sometimes God gives us a word, and God gives us a warning. And when God gives us a warning, we need to understand. Okay, if you look at my YouTube video, God showed me how everything was going to come to pass. And I've been seeing everything come to pass. Okay? Dark days are coming. New York City, darkness came upon New York City. God removed 2 politicians. God still has to remove more politicians in New York City. That they are corrupted and crooked. There's a dark cloud coming in. There's a dark cloud, okay, in Nevada, in California, New York City. Okay? There's a new wave in Florida, the COVID wave, but there's going to be another wave. They're going to try to attack DeSantis, and they're going to try to remove DeSantis out of power. But God is not going to allow it for Florida. It's going to be a hard challenge. I'm not nobody. I'm just telling you my dream. Okay? The eagle is wounded. His wing was wounded. Okay, and we need to pray for the United States. Because we've been, God protected the United States because, wrong the United States within a period of time stopped being the predator. But the United States again became the predator. Okay? Became and went in there was a peace treaty or an agreement, and we went in there and we did whatever we wanted because we thought we're the United States of America. So right now, I'm sad because our soldiers died. Our soldiers didn't have to die. There was no need for that. No need for that. And that's an accountability that we got to give God. The United States is going to have to give God. Blood shedding, unnecessary blood sharing, because nobody can come to a peace agreement. Or several parties do not want to come to an agreement. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Okay? I'm just letting you that know. I'm like just partially talking here. But the eagle just got wounded. And the eagle's going to keep getting wounded, which it represents America. Okay? My vision, August 8, 2021. At 3 in the morning to 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm seeing it come to pass. I pray over America. I pray for our children's sakes. I pray for the new generation that's going to come if America falls. That was my vision. That was my dream. The clock is ticking. There's going to be a big tornado coming. Don't know where. And if I didn't know where, I would not mention it here. There's a big tornado coming. It's going to destroy a city. Partially destroy a city. The Lord's been showing me about hurricanes. The Lord has been showing me about earthquakes, north to east, east to west, south to west. And I can actually feel Mother Nature. I wanted to share that. When I go outside, I can feel Mother Nature. So I'm getting out. I talk to you guys soon. I love you guys. I will come back. Bye-bye.